Call Dixon County regular meeting for October 3rd, 2024 to order. Please stand for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make the motion, approve the agenda as printed.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda, minutes of the September 26th meeting, expenditures of $214,050.56. SD Securities wire of $4,560. Indigent Defense wire of $13,333. Utilities wire of $15,326.28. Nukes Energy wire of $155.80.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Commission comments and committee reports. Lynn?
I do not have anything.
Ron?
And it's been a little bit of time this week here at the Juvenile Detention Center in Junction City. Things are going well. Unfortunately, we don't like to see a lot of people there, but they're having to keep it occupied. But things are working quite well. Harvest is going on. Looks like everything's working pretty well. The main thing is folks are safe, and that's what we look at. So nice to see.
Thanks, Ron. This morning at our work session, Anna Kerslick, the attorney for our planning and zoning board, was on the line with us this morning for about half an hour, along with Tim Hamilton was in before that. Our appraiser Lisa Berg was here, gave an update on her work, and they're finished up the 1/7 they have to do every 7 years. Janelle also gave a report on the court assessment that she attended last
It was Monday night.
That's all I have. Petitions and presentation of petitions and proclamations. We'll go with you where you were heard. Jill.
All right. Jill Martinson, 4-H Youth Development Agent for the Chisholm Trail Extension District. And this is the 2024 Dickinson County 4-H Week proclamation by the Board of Commissioners of Dickinson County, Kansas. Whereas 4-H is America's largest youth development organization, supporting nearly 6 million youth across the country. And whereas 4-H has helped youth in Dickinson County become confident, independent, resilient, and compassionate leaders. And whereas 4-H is delivered by Cooperative Extension, a community of more than 100 public land-grant universities across the nation that provides experiences where young people learn by doing through hands-on projects in areas including health, science, agriculture, and civic engagement. And whereas National 4-H Week showcases the incredible ways that 4-H inspires kids to do and highlights the remarkable 4-H youth in Dickinson County who work each day to make a positive impact on those around them. And whereas 4-H's network of nearly 500,000 volunteers and 3,500 professionals provides caring and supportive mentoring to all 4-Hers, helping them to grow into true leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries.
Now, therefore, we are the commissioners of Dixon County do hereby proclaim October 6th through the 12th, 2024 as Dixon County 4-H Week and encourage all our citizens to recognize 4-H for the significant impact it has made and continues to make by empowering youth with the skills that may lead them for a lifetime in the future. I'll make a motion to approve this proclamation.
Second.
Been moved and second. Any other discussion? Not all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Picture time.
Yay! You mind taking a picture for us? Megan and I will jump in. We'll be our officials here. We have a hard time getting kids.
Somehow
Meeting time. It did what?
hit the side button. Look at that.
And that's for,
Excellent. Yes.
there you go.
Yeah. PowerPoint. Yeah.
I love my extra video taken. Better check there. See if you got
We
it.
get more than one.
Oh, I need that. I'm sorry, that's ours.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'll just put it here.
Got a copy out to Road and Bridge.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. National 4-H Week runs next week, the 6th through the 12th. And so we have some radio spots that are going to be running on KABI, which everyone should be listening for, as well as a special community service project that will be happening next Sunday. That'll be at the Tri-County Free Fairgrounds. We're going to be painting and fixing as much stuff as we can there. 48 hours of 4-H is a day that, or is during the month of October. All 4-H organizations in Kansas are encouraged to take a day, some time for special community service projects. So that's the one that we are going to be doing this year. So we're looking forward to that.
I have a question for you. I know that how the procedure is for replacing Renee. How does that, I know how it works, but I don't know if the other two commissioners know how that works.
Okay, so within our office, in our family resource management position, which is one of our family and consumer science positions within the district, that position will be opening. It should be opening right now. So we will get notice of that. It will start to be advertised. We'll have it on our social medias. If you have anyone that, and it'll be in local newspapers, if you have anyone that you feel should be recommended for that, or that you think would, that would be a good fit for them, please encourage them to apply. That application is done through Kansas State University. It's screened there, and then we will do interviewing and hire as we can. So
If I'm correct though, the university sends you the 3 that you need to select and then you get to select.
they will screen, and as a district, we have a little bit more say in that than what we did as an individual county. And so since we have a district director, that individual gets input in that process that a county director did not get. So they will have input into that. If there's 3, they will send as many candidates as they would support in that position. So if there's more than 3, there could potentially be that. Lately, though, we've had 1 or 2 that have been forwarded on to us.
Well, like I said, I remember back when I was on the extension board, they sent the 3, 2 or 3 or whatever it was.
And you didn't see them at all before that.
Yeah.
We see
Okay.
a little bit more now
Okay.
than what we did in that previous procedure. So,
Any questions for Jill?
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
for all your work, and it's a lot of 4-Hers out there. You know, we always get to see them more at their annual event, but also during fair time. And it's just amazing, all the volunteers and kids, and great work.
Yes, our volunteers and our support from the community is what really makes this a strong, vibrant program, as well as the dedication of the families. So absolutely, we appreciate that. And this year we do have, I forgot this part, we do have some I Heart 4-H signs, yard signs that we are going to be distributing out to our 4-H families and to supporters. So I will bring one down here to the courthouse for you. 1 or 2, you have lots of yard space if you'd like to display those during National 4-H Week. Absolutely. We will get those down to you. So thank you very much.
Right, the yard.
Yes.
That's right.
VVAC.
Good morning. All right. I am Carly Tinkler, campus advocate for DVAC. We serve many counties, of course, including Dickinson, and we're bringing forward the Domestic Violence Awareness Month proclamation. So, whereas domestic violence is a widespread, preventable, and public health problem impacting all demographics of Kansans, including those in Dickinson County, and whereas relationships are often counted as life's greatest treasures, and tragically, many are tarnished by one's feeling of entitlement to power and control over the other, resulting in violence and fear. Whereas domestic violence abusers violate an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity with their intentional, systematic use of financial, psychological, sexual, and physical coercive control and abuse. And whereas the U.S. Department of Justice reports domestic violence homicides comprise 14% of all homicides in the U.S., and that women are more than twice as likely as men to be killed by an intimate partner. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation reports 32 domestic violence homicides were 18.5% of all homicides in Kansas in 2021. And whereas in Kansas in 2022, a domestic violence abuser murdered another person every 1 day, 9 hours, 45 minutes, and 4 seconds. A domestic violence abuser committed a violent act that was actually reported to law enforcement every 23 minutes, 16 seconds, and law enforcement made an arrest due to domestic violence every 47 minutes, 22 seconds. Whereas DVAC has served, I think this is actually from our Saline County, but we've served 959 victims within our 10 counties. I know that 487 were specifically from Saline County. I don't have the actual number from here. I know it's quite high. And yet those numbers do not accurately reflect the total number of domestic violence victims, as many were continuing to struggle with isolation and other impacts of COVID-19. And whereas we are asking the governing body of Dickinson County to recognize that this violence is inconsistent with the county's values and cannot be ignored, excused, or tolerated. And we are asking you to declare October Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
I would so move that we declare the October Domestic Violence Month.
I'll second that
In
motion.
support of your proclamation.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Picture time.
Yeah.
If you got lucky, because I got some practice earlier.
You stand there.
Oh, there we go, all right.
Do you have a proclamation you want them to sign?
I do. I will have them sign the one that I have that has some scribbles on it.
If you guys would sign in for us too, that would be cool.
We'll do it, yeah.
Thank you.
Also, just as kind of some notes for the month of October. As of Tuesday, our pet costume contest opened again this year. We are happy to say that DVAC is a pet-friendly cat and dog facility. We've actually had people bring chickens and llamas, and we can't house those currently, so cat and dog. So we are offering, if people want to show us their animals in costume, we have 3 prize levels. We have a prize for Purple Pride, as purple is the Awareness Month color, best costume and crowd favorite. We do this contest because this is a greatly underreported and unknown issue frequently, as only about 17% of domestic violence shelters across the United States are pet friendly. But however, 50% of people, myself included, would not leave without their pets. And pets are often used as a tactic of abuse. So we have the ability to house them in our safe shelter, to provide for their needs, and also sometimes provide medical care if they've been injured due to domestic violence for the animals as well as people. So we get those taken care of, but we are proud to offer that. So we do have flyers, and we will make sure that we get them posted around the community. We are having a office candlelight vigil on the 7th. And it will be from 6 to 7 at the DVAC office in Salina at 148 North Oakdale. Anybody can attend. The reason we do that is really to not only give victims and survivors of domestic violence a place to feel safe and comforted, but individuals in our societies to come forward to not only, really remember the victims that we've lost, but also really support the survivors that still are here. So that is a great opportunity if anyone would like to attend. We have all kinds of things this month. So we'll be doing different displays around different communities. We currently have a display in the Salina Public Library and at Ellsworth County Library. We are working to scramble to maybe bring something here also. We've been pretty busy this summer and it is just continuing, so.
I should know how many counties you serve in the next, and which,
Dickinson, Ottawa, Saline, Ellsworth, Lincoln, Mitchell, Cloud, Washington, Republic, and Jewel. Lots of counties, lots of awful things that people go through.
any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any comments now?
So the rules for public comment per the Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4317 and 75-4318A. As the elected board, the county commission is not allowed to meet or make any decisions without posting the meeting. They are only allowed to act on items on the agenda which they set. During their regular meeting, the county commission may allow for public comments on items not listed on the approved agenda. If you wish to provide comments, please come forward to the podium and state your name and address. If you are online, raise your hand and we will unmute you. Please state your name and address. Each person may speak for 3 minutes. The allotted time will start after the speaker has given his or her name and address. Public comments shall be addressed to the county commission only and not to the speaker or the audience. Only the county commission will be permitted to ask the speaker questions. The public comment period is not a back and forth discussion with the county commission. You should make your views and input known to them, but it is not a time to ask them questions. You should not expect them to respond to your comments. Comments may express support or agreement with the previous speakers, but in the interest of time, please do not repeat the same information. You may state something to the effect of your name and address, and you agree with the previous speaker. It is important to maintain a respectful, non-threatening atmosphere for anyone who would like to speak. Please do not engage in such actions as cheering, booing, clapping, insults, threats, etc.
Anybody have any public comments? Marla?
Marla Ride at 1372 Key Road, Kansas. And my husband and I live in Logan Township. And there are 2 natural gas pipelines that run through our property. One which is within close proximity of a proposed wind tower. It will be located less than a quarter of a mile from our farm home and buildings. There's 1,320 feet in a quarter of a mile, and this tower will be nearly 700 feet tall and will be very close to our buildings and our front door. Each year, at the end of the year, we receive a calendar and information from the pipeline that runs through the property south of our buildings. This pipeline is called One OK. One OK is for Oklahoma. The information includes phone numbers of company contacts in case of emergency. I called a representative of One OK and spoke to a senior person, and he shared my concerns about the wind energy project. He explained wind energy companies are supposed to notify and file their plans for approval when their locations could affect the pipeline. He said he was unaware of any such project being proposed in Dickinson County, Kansas. He took my legal description of our property, pulled up maps on his computers of the location of their company natural gas lines while we were speaking. And by way of explanation, I told him that in the fall of 2023, we had made arrangements with a local contractor to do some dirt work on our property. And as a normal procedure, this contractor called One Oklahoma Pipeline, and that company came out, flagged our field to show where the pipeline ran. This marked line actually ran very close proximity of where this proposed wind energy tower is to be located. Our contractor knew to do this, and I am concerned that perhaps the company coming to Dickinson County isn't following the best practices for safety of our county residents. A second conversation has revealed that One OK company's efforts to contact the company, Tradewind Energy NL in Lenexa, Kansas, has not returned any communications to them about any plans. Information has been requested again by ONEOK. Respectfully, my husband and I submit that because of the lack of transparency in this process and the undisclosed information, we, the landowners, are directly affected by this project, believe more time is needed to determine, vet, and secure how this project would affect all residents of Dickinson County, Kansas, before granting NL permission to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Marla. Anybody online, you know?
Nobody's got their hand raised.
Moving on in for County Administrator Janelle.
Commissioners, early this morning, our emergency manager had responded to a hazardous spill, diesel fuel out on I-70. And our deputies were blocking traffic until KDOT could respond and the truck moved and cleaned up. The Assistant County Administrator and Finance Director is working on our insurance renewal. That's part of our annual process. So reviewing that. The Environmental Services Director is attending the Solid Waste Conference and gathering information about some possible upcoming changes. We'll see. The Emergency Manager has also completed the final hazard mitigation plan, and that will be submitted to the state. Part of that process will include having resolutions signed by all of the communities and the county that we are participating in the hazard mitigation plan. The Highway Department is continuing to mow the right-of-ways. As I talked about last week, that's a long process to get through, and they're doing everything they can. So the Highway Department's also replacing a structure in the 1500 block of 2900 Avenue. Good news, the new dump trucks are in and the snow plows have been put on them. So fingers crossed that we don't have bad weather, but we know that's coming, so we are prepared with that. Also, there will be 2 walk-in flu clinics held in the county at the Harrington Community Building on October 8th from 3 to 6 and the Abilene Health Department on October 9th from 2 to 7. Please make sure that you bring your insurance card. The county clerk's office will be open until 7 p.m. on October 22nd and from 9 to 12 on October 26th, which is a Saturday for advanced voting. So the 22nd is a Tuesday, and like I said, the 26th is a Saturday. And just as a side note, the UP Railroad will be repairing the crossing on Jeep Road just north of 2200 Avenue between Jeep and Old 40, starting on October 8th and 9th. So the road will be closed and there'll be detour signs posted. And that's all I would have, unless you have questions for me.
I would make note of the fact is that the county clerk's office is open regular hours to,
Correct.
I mean, there was some confusion yesterday with John.
Yes.
That's the only time they could come in advance vote, the way I took it.
No, you're right. Advanced voting starts on October 16th. So, but they're staying late on the 22nd so people can come in after work.
And then the highway department mowing, will the other tractor back up yet?
Yes, it is back up. Yeah.
Any other questions for Janelle besides mine?
I'm good, thank you.
Doug's not available?
No.
Okay, moving on now. Notices and communications. We have a thank you that's going out to U.S. Stone and down in Harrington. I'll read the thank you. Josh, the Dixon County Commissioners would like to thank you and U.S. Stone for providing the piece of stone that we use for the Bell Creamery monument at the courthouse. Both you and DJ were great to work with, and we appreciate all that you've done and the efforts that you put into this project. Thank you. Everybody got this invitation. We got a Eisenhower Library. The flag is going to be revealed on the Burt Wetta October 11th at 4 p.m. in the unveiling ceremony will take place at the Eisenhower Library Museum. Got an email from Anna Engel. I'm reaching out to you in regard to the wind project for the Hope area. My husband Matt and I are in favor and support the Hope Ridge wind project. There's others besides that. Also have another letter that we got from Lorna Morgan. I'll just highlight it here. Thank you for serving. I'm sure you're not all done and receiving information for and against project. Please say yes to go ahead with the wind project in Dixon County. That's all of information. Introduction, consideration of resolutions, none. Unfinished business, none. Other business, none. I will read future meeting and agenda items. There'll be a Attorney General KORA training here October 10th, 2024 in the County Commissioner Chambers, the Public and Zoning Hearing Meeting. The CUP application, October 10th, 2024, 4 p.m. Harrington Community Center. Staff Development Day with the courthouse will be closed October 14th. We'll be having that at Sterl Hall. We will be attending the Regional County Commission Fall Meeting in Council Grove at 5:30. And we will be attending the Bicentennial Banquet, the North Central Regional Planning Commission, October 24th, 5:30 at Martinello's in Salina. Any other things before the commission? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. And adjourned.